On this episode of Gold Narcos. What's up guys, my name is Chris from Vo-Gus Prospecting. If you're new to the channel, a big warm welcome, and if you're a DCM prospecting hat like this one, welcome back. Today I'm back on Starvation Creek working flood gravels. We have discovered that there is a hell of a lot of gold in the loose sands. You will not believe the results we're getting. It smells like mint, that's so good. Look at the black sand in that, that is ridiculous. I can see a piece of gold. Look at the fine gold in that. Look how much there is. There'd be 50 pieces of gold in that pan. I mean, small, but that's heaps. Oh, I wish we could high bank this, honestly, but it's like a 40-minute walk in. Vo-Gus is going to be happy. I said in one of my earlier videos that the next gold rush is going to be in fine gold, and I seriously mean it. That sort of spec count is ridiculous. That is multiple grams per day depending on your processing power. So we're going to have to make a trip back here with some heavier equipment, even though it's going to be a nightmare to get it in. For now, let's pan our little hearts out. This creek smells so good. It might have been Starvation Creek, but they had some serious herbs and spices. And again, look at it all. It's through all of it. They're like the biggest bit there, but there's just tons of fine flower gold all the way through that black sand. It's going to be a nightmare to clean up at home. Let's see, what is deeper? That's a lot of black sand. That's more than the first two. Ooh, and a bigger bit. And it's still coming out with that micro stuff. That's nuts. This stuff might be really difficult for you guys to see on camera, but there is heaps of flower gold in there, and obviously one nice little booger. Tasty. Yeah, we're still getting heaps of that flower gold, no matter how deep I'm going. I was going to dig down till I find the mole people, and then I'll ask them where the gold is. Ah. Hello! This is the way we spin the pan, spin the pan. Look at that gold coming out. I want to sluice this so bad. I'm betting that almost 100% of my subscribers right now are looking in this pan going, I can't even see what he's talking about because it is that fine, the gold. But there is heaps of it. We're just going to keep sucking it up into gobble guts, and by the end of the day, hopefully, I'll have something to show you. So, we've come to where the start of the trench is, right hard up against the water, and the theory is simple. It takes big gold less energy to fall out of the water, so it'll drop out first. So being at the very start of this trench, we're hoping that the speck size increases. And what we're going to know is to take a test pan to find out. Well, that is a much healthier result. So similar sort of spec count, but much bigger pieces, which means that we're on the money. So we're going to follow that part of the pay streak first because we're getting bigger gold. Are you hungry? Are you hungry? Oh, no, 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 no. it's so good here. Making me hungry. The black sand is way coarser, which is a super good indication for coarser gold. Love it. Come on, show me that money. Scarface is going to be happy with that booger sugar. Haha, you've spiked your last gold prospector. Unclassified pants, because I'm lazy. Sorcery. Hello. Gold! Look at that! Ooh! Man, there's like, it's full of gemstones too. They're really small, but there's heaps of them. But we only really care about the gold. Boogers served cold in a wok. After a few pans, we've worked out that it's not so much deep. We are getting gold when we go down deeper, but it's mostly in the top foot or so, which is really indicative of flood gold. You should never ignore sands like this, because usually after big floods, all your gold's going to be in that top bit of sand. There we go. A couple little bits. Most of that was grassy overburden though, so hopefully directly under that there should be more. We've got a couple of nicer specks and we've got a reasonable amount of flood gold. However, I'm thinking that the upper section that we were working earlier had more specks, and therefore overall we'll get more weight at the end of the day if I concentrate on that stuff. And it was a little bit easier digging, so we might go back up there and just play in that sand. Sandcastle! With a flag. Actually need that for the gold. Now I gotta find out how much gold's in that sandcastle. About $6 million in fine flour gold. There is so much black sand in that one layer, and there is a reasonable amount of gold with it. This is as close to dredging as I am ever going to get, so I'm going to enjoy it. There's 3 layers, they all have different kinds of gold. The top layer up here only has a little bit of flood gold, the occasional OK speck. Directly underneath that is our pay layer. This stuff in here is beautiful. It is full of black sand and gold, and underneath that is big boulders and sort of a clay-like makeup of soil. That clay-like soil has bigger pieces but not very many of them, so we're just going to stick to our sexy layer in there, our booger layer. Booger sugar. We caught some of it though. Sometimes if you do this long enough, you see a piece of gold and you go, whoo! Not today though. Right, this pan looks like I haven't gone too hard, so hopefully... Oh, I saw gold! Oh yeah! Look at the black sand! The more chunky that black sand gets, the better the gold is. Look at that! We've got heaps of specks in there. Yeah, boy! That is a pretty good spec count from that pay layer, and the size is nice. This is going to add up weight-wise really, really well. It's actually amazing to me how much gold is in gravel like this. There's no definitive bottom layer, no clay, no bedrock, nothing like that. It's just, it all looks like this, and we're pulling good gold out of it. Hello, friend. Would you like to come home with me? He said, no, kidnap him, kidnap him, kidnap him. Go, run, run, run. If you're Australian, you probably remember being tortured in primary school by being forced to do the nut bush for PE. Leave a comment in the description below if that happened to you. For the rest of the world, look it up. Nut bush. Nut bush. Oh yeah, the nut bush. That's why Aussies find so much gold. The spirit of the nut bush is within me, and it's paying off. Oh no, I'm out of water. Oh yeah! Look at that. I know why they call it Starvation Creek, because you get so hungry and delirious from working that you just start making really dumb jokes. They're only small, but I love them just as much. What is under the big rock? That is the question. Oh, come on. There we go. These haven't moved in a long time. Ugh. It's a completely different soil makeup. So this could be interesting. It's either going to have more or less gold. Hopefully not the same. I hope it's way more. That was a whole lot of effort for a whole lot of nothing. We got two little bits. Reclamation is so important. You want to leave as minimal impact on the land as you can. That means we're going to put some of these big rocks back in, and then we're going to level the edges out so they're not sharp drops. So if any animals or native wildlife or people come walking along here, they're not going to fall in a hole and do themselves serious damage. So, no big hole, we've got grass matter in there, we've got leaves in through there, and in probably a week or two, that'll be covered over and looking pretty natural. Right before we weigh out the gold, make sure you check out the description below on YouTube, where you're going to find links to heaps of stuff, including the equipment that I use, my other social media accounts, and things that might just blow your skirt up. Right on with the gold weigh-in. This is all the gold I found on Starvation Creek out of the sand next to a Clash Guitars pick for a bit of scale. But now it's time to get this on the scales. This is an incredibly interesting mix of fine and coarse gold, so I'm hoping for a 1/4 gram, although I think it might be a little under that. Okay, that was a lot more than I expected. 0.354? 0.354 for just panning flood gravels is pretty decent going. 0.354 grams of gold is worth $25.80 Australian at the time of recording. But honestly, who cares? If you are doing this hobby for the pursuit of money, then you're only going to go absolutely insane and probably starve to death, because that's not what it's about. That is all I have time for today. Thank you so much for tuning in and watching my video. Please remember to hit that like, share, and subscribe button. And until next time, give your dog a scratch behind the ears for me. Peace, and I'm out.